What's up? We have a new background today. What do we think about the new backdrop and the new decorations? I thought we'd do this video super chill, sitting down on the couch, hanging out together, and wanted to answer some of your questions on Instagram and just in general talk about PR. The other day I posted something on Instagram. I asked people to send me questions about PR or anything they were interested in me answering, and thank you for your questions. That would be a good time to respond to them right now. Okay, so the first question: what are some things that make your resume look better to PR firms? That's a good question. To be honest, some things that make your resume look better is basically just having experience in PR or showing that you have had some sort of interest in PR or event planning, not the same thing, but or handling somebody's social media. Even if you don't have interest in PR, but let's say you worked on your friend's business to like try to get them out into the press and you got them into a local newspaper or something, that's something that you should include in your resume. And if you don't have experience, obviously if you have your experience, like include that. If you don't have any experience, include the things that have showed that you've taken initiative and that you're interested in the field. That could be anything from your own personal brand to a project that you've launched, or a coverage that you've secured for a friend, or anything like that. What would you recommend doing while still working towards your degree? I would say try to have your own project going on, your creative project, whether that's creating a YouTube channel or writing a blog, or anything that shows that you are creative and that you can write and that you are involved and interested in all aspects of the field would be helpful while you are working towards your degree. My degree wasn't in PR. I got a Bachelor of Arts and I focused on communications and mostly journalism. For my last year thesis and my creative project to accompany it, I created a magazine for Latinas, by Latinas in the 5 colleges that were surrounding us, and I translated that to Spanish. So even though that wasn't necessarily PR, it was something that I was able to show employers when I was getting out of college and applying to jobs in Miami. And I even had print copies that I would bring along with my resume. So even if you have something going on in school that's a very cool project, or it's something that you're proud of and that you're already working on, you can show that to employers when you're entry level. Because like I've said in the past, no one expects you to be able to be in school and have a business or have a brand. Like, it's super awesome if you can do it, but it's not expected. So I think that you leverage whatever you're already doing in school, and especially if you're working towards a PR degree, then leverage that in your job interviews or in your resume when you're applying to jobs. Another question is, do you get paid a decent amount, and what degree of education is required? This is a good question. You get paid differently depending on the state that you're in. So Florida, you don't get paid. Like, for example, if you take a PR job in Florida, you're not going to get paid as much as you will in New York or in LA. That's just how it is. You can do more research in the different wages in the different cities, and I'll link it up here, but in my other video about PR, I did talk a little bit more about this in depth. And what degree of education is required? So I think with PR specifically, a bachelor's degree will do. I actually was talking to somebody about this the other day. So let's say you do 4 years of a bachelor's degree and then you go into the field and then you get experience from that. You're able to get better positions the more experience you get. I honestly think that for PR, maybe later down the line it'll help to do a master's, but I think it's more about experience versus the degree that you have. Maybe do your bachelor's degree, work in the field for a little bit and see where you want to go, and then see if there is a specific master's program if you want to specialize in something like super specific, or if you want to make a career shift or whatever it is you want to do. But I think for PR, a bachelor's degree will do. Well, entry-level internship advice. The advice that I have for you, somebody commented on one of my videos saying like keep applying, just apply everywhere, and that's honestly, that's how it is. Like, you just have to keep applying, keep connecting with people, keep reaching out on LinkedIn. I normally try to set goals as to what you're going to do every week. So for example, you can say I'm going to apply to 3 different companies every week, or every day I'm going to apply to 1 company, or I'm going to reach out to the marketing department of 3 different brands that I love this week. But once you set goals, it's really a lot easier to keep them up and have somewhere that you're going in some direction. And you see that you're not getting enough responses, then you would amp up your goals or add more people, or just sort of you know, take some time to reflect. I feel like it's a combination of both reaching out and being aggressive, and also accepting the where you're at and where life is going to take you. And I feel like there's a balance there that we all have to find all the time. That's just my opinion. And sometimes certain things are just not meant for you. The timing of things is always perfect, so just keep that in mind. Try not to get impatient, but also try to understand where you can be more aggressive or when you could do more work, while at the same time not burning yourself out or not becoming too discouraged. General advice for like life and in your career is to try to keep it as light as possible. Try to have fun with what you're doing. Try to be creative. PR is a creative field. You have to think creatively. You have to keep moving with the times and all that good stuff that everybody says. It's the truth. You want to try to just be as creative as possible. Reflect and be in a good place so that you can create your best work, and so that you can think about creative, strategic ideas, and that'll show in your work. Like I also said, I'm a strong believer in timing, and that everything happens for a reason, and that God's timing is perfect. Trust in that too, and relax and be grateful and do your best work. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped. I feel like I kind of just repeated the same things I always say, but I hope this helped, and maybe, you know, it brought up new questions for you. If you want, ask me. You can DM me, or you can ask me down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later this week.